From June 11, the world is going to be marked by a massive historic sports celebration alongside global geopolitical friction and military escalation. World Cup is the greatest honor in the history of football. Only a few elite footballing nations, only 8 nations have ever been able to achieve that feat. Can Leo Messi lead Argentina to do it back to back? Can Spain crown to the mountain? Will Kylian Mbappe lead France to lift the most coveted trophy for the third time in his nation's history? Can Neymar Jr. accomplish Brazil's long-awaited exhibitions and revive their glory? Or will football finally coming back home? Will England end 60 years of hard and regain the world title since 1966? As far as World Cup football, very few years away from now, there are many pundits, astrologists, economists, some supercomputers like Ofta have made their prediction. Here I am, now it's my turn to make it in my very own way. And before moving forward, I would like to make it very clear that the purpose of my prophecy is not hurting any teams, any players, any supporters' hearts. But if you still get hurt, I will apologize in advance. Move on then. The 2026 World Cup historic scan. It is the largest tournament ever, expanding to 48 from 32 in the previous edition, what was held in Qatar, Middle East 2022. This tournament will also feature 104 matches, at least 40 more than the previous occasion held in Qatar, Middle East. Some global icon, most legendary person have ever touched the football, Leo Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, are confirmed to play in what may be their last and final historic World Cup appearances. Is going to be their last dance ever. Let's move on then. I'm going to predict. I'm going to start predict the group stage matches. Let's move on then. The bracket of the group stage. Let's speak about Group A. Group A is featuring by Mexico, South Africa, Korea Republic and Czechia, which is also a republic. In this group, I think as a host nation, Mexico is the team who can occupy the very first place of the group. They will be the group champion. It's Czech Republic, Korea Republic. I think South Korea have a glorious chance to be advanced with the second place of the group. And it's South Africa who have to go back home from the group stage, according to my prediction. Group B, featuring by Canada, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Switzerland and Qatar. In this group, Switzerland and Canada, there will be a huge contest between Canada and Switzerland. The meetings between Switzerland and Canada will decide who will be the group champion. But as a host nation, I think it's Canada who can be the first seed of the group. It's Switzerland who can claim the second position of the group. Bosnia and Herzegovina, third of the group. I think it's enough. They're gonna get the job done to be advanced to the round of 32. Let's move on to Group C. Group C is featuring by Brazil, Morocco, Scotland and Haiti. Brazil, a record 5 times world champion. It's not going to be very difficult for Brazil to claim the first position of the group, although there are some injury concern about the Brazilian squad. Neymar Jr. suffering from injury. The biggest is there for Brazil, Neymar Jr. suffering a calf muscle tear injury. He's hugely unexpected to be featuring in the opening game of Brazil, to be featuring in the Brazil versus Morocco heavyweight clash of the World Cup. I think this will be the absolute thriller of the group stage. Both Brazil and Morocco have chance to be the first seed of the group, and Neymar Jr. missing this game. I still think Brazil can claim the first position of the group. Scotland also have glorious chance to make them advance, but I think Morocco, Ashraf Hakimi's side is going to be the second seed of the group. Scotland, third of the group. They'll occupy third position of the group. It's enough. I think it will enough to take them over the line. It's Haiti who's going to be returned home from the group stage. Group D is featuring by another host nation, USA, Faroe, Australia, and Turkey. It's the most wide and open group. I think it's most balanced group of the tournament. Turkey have serious chance to be the champion of the group. As a host nation, I would like to put USA on top of the group. Turkey, USA, Turkey can easily claim the second spot. Paraguay, I think the South American country can play some good football. I think this time they won't do their best. I don't see them in the round of 32. Let's move on to the Group E, featuring by Germany, debutant Curaçao, Ivory Coast, and Ecuador. Ecuador and Germany, there will be a huge fight between Ecuador and Germany, but only a stellar performance can make Germany champion of the group. Ecuador will be the runner-up of the group, and Ivory Coast can easily beat Curaçao. If they can beat Curaçao with a massive margin, it will be enough for them to make them advance to the round of 32. Let's move on to the Group F, featuring by Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, and Tunisia. According to the German mathematician, economist Joachim Clement, who predicted previous 3 World Cup precisely, this time he picks Netherlands that on July 19, the Dutch will lift the World Cup trophy for the very first time in their history. I think Netherlands going to claim the first position of the group. It's Japan who will be the second seed of the group, and Sweden will have to satisfy with the third position of the group, and it's Tunisia who have to return home from the group stage. Let's move on to the Group G, featuring by Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand. What do you get for? I think some Liverpool fans watching this and they think that Belgium is the. I think this time Belgium is not the first seed of the tournament. They are not one of the most favorite, but they still have chance. Kevin De Bruyne, Lukaku, Thibaut Courtois, and Talisman side can be the first seed of the group. New Zealand and Iran. I think it's Iran who do not receive the permanent visa of USA. That means they can go to US to play the game, and then they have to return to the base camp in Mexico after the game. It's very hard. It's very mismanagement and controversial for FIFA to only handle the situation more beautifully. Oceanian nation, New Zealand, I think the Oceanian country, Oceanian team have to be satisfied from the first round of the World Cup. Spain, one of the most favorite according to the Opta computer. Most by any team, lifting the trophy on July 19. MetLife Stadium, New York, New Jersey. They're the clear favorite of the tournament among so many pundits as well. Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, Argentina, and the opener of 2022 World Cup held in Qatar, Middle East. Uruguay, 2 times world champion. I think Spain and Uruguay will have a heavyweight clash to claim the first and second position. This time I put Uruguay second of the group. France, another hot favorite of the tournament. No doubt that France is going to claim the king of the group. Iraq, Norway. Iraq has stunned Spain by a 1-1 draw in the World Cup warm-up match. But I think it's Norway. Erling Haaland side, Martin Odegaard side is going to be the second seed of the group. Senegal, the eventual champion of the Africa, who beat Morocco in the final 1-0, declared as the champion, but later on And the situation was entirely changed as FIFA overturned the decision and declared Morocco by default champion. So Senegal, I think, will claim the third position of the group, and Iraq have to back to Middle East from the group stage. I think Argentina, the defending champion of the tournament, I think Lionel Messi's title defending, won't go as easy as some supporters think. Jordan, Austria. I think Austria have a glorious chance to be the second seed of the group, and it's Jordan, another debutant nation, have to return to home from the group stage. So it's Algeria, another African powerhouse. They'll be somehow managed to be the third seed of the group, and that's enough to make them advance to the round of 32. Portugal, and the favorite team of the tournament, Colombia, Uzbekistan, dear Congo. Oh my god, Portugal and Colombia. What a game it's going to be. It's going to be very, very physical, but I still think that it's Portugal is going to occupy the first place of the group, and then Colombia just beneath it. Democratic Republic of Congo, dear Congo, my dear Congo, is on third position, and it's Uzbekistan, another debutant nation. Another debutant nation have to return home from the first round of the World Cup. Now let's move on. Then the very last group, Group L, featuring by fan favorite England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. Oh my god, there will be a heavyweight clash, highly anticipated clash between England and Croatia to decide who will go top of the group. I think it's England or Croatia. Okay, I put Croatia top of the group, then England, don't mind please, second of the group, and it's Ghana is going to claim the third of the group, and it's Panama. I think Ghana can be able to beat Panama, so they will be the third seed of the group. That's the end of group stage. Let's move on to the knockout stage bracket. Newly introduced round of 32. First game, Germany versus Bosnia and Herzegovina in Boston, June 19. I think it's very, very satisfying for Bosnia and Herzegovina to be reached on round of 32, and playing against Germany isn't easy for them. Germany, Nagelsmann and Joshua Kimmich's side will go through. Brazil versus Japan, it's going to be another breathtaking thriller. Japan can cause upset. Definitely Japan can cause upset. Japan has beaten Spain and Germany in the group stage of the 2022 World Cup held in Qatar. And they also held Croatia in the regular time, then knocked out on penalty shootout heartbreak. It's going to be very, very interesting game. But I think Brazil will come out as triumphant, victorious. Let's move on. France versus Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, the team who can upset Argentina. Why not France? But I think Didi Desham's side is too strong to beat. So it's France who are gonna get the job done. Ecuador versus Norway on Dallas, June 30. Norway and Ecuador. Oh my god. It's going to be 50-50. Very, very contest-full match. Both sides can come out as triumphant. The side who can hold their nerve will be advanced. Ecuador the second seed. Ecuador was second on the qualifying round from Latin America, just beneath Argentina the seat. But Norway has a glorious chance. I think Norway, one stellar performance from Erling Haaland, can take them to the round of 16. On June 19 in Los Angeles, there another highly anticipated clash between Korea Republic and Switzerland. Korea Republic, who knocked out Portugal in the previous World Cup, will they not be able to beat Switzerland? I think this time Granit Xhaka's side too strong to go to the round of 32. June 30, Mexico City, the host nation will face Scotland. I think it's Mexico will make it through. Netherlands versus Morocco. Oh my god, what a clash it's going to be. Both sides can go through, but I think it's Netherlands who gonna get the job done. Croatia
Croatia versus Algeria. I think it's Croatia. Luka Modric's last dance shouldn't end on round of 16. Round of 32, Colombia versus England. Colombia, the finalist of the last Copa America. But this time I think it's England. It's not going to be very easy for Colombia to beat the depth of England squad. Thomas Tuchel had really some superb gem among Bukayo Saka, Jude Bellingham, Marcus Rashford, as well as the talismanic captain Harry Kane. I think it's England is going forward. On the other end, the current world champion Argentina and the very first champion of the tournament Uruguay, through old rivalry, is going to at the highest peak. It will be a huge test for Argentina. It's going to be a huge test to defend the title. No team ever been able to defend their title after the introducing of World Cup since 1974. Canada didn't do it, as they're the number one team of the world in FIFA ranking. That's another sign that they can't defend their title in this tournament. Sign is not everything. They should not go home by beaten by Uruguay. I think Lionel Messi's side will somehow avoid the scare of Uruguay. Spain versus Austria. Spain, the clear favorite, but Austria have a chance at 2. Oh my god, what a clash is going to be on round of 16. Spain versus England. Turkey versus Iran. Iran will definitely want to do something very, very memorable, remarkable from this World Cup. They definitely have made some promise to do something for the nation's happiness. But I think it's very difficult for Iran to beat outside other bullets, Turkey. On San Francisco Bay Arena, July 1st, USA versus Ivory Coast. The host nation is the clear favorite. I think Ivory Coast won't be able to get the job done. Canada versus Sweden, another host nation versus European powerhouse. It will be another 50-50 match. Canada played the quarterfinal of Copa America. They have taken a strong test of defending champion Argentina, and now they are the host nation. I think Canada will progress. On the left bracket, very last match of the round of 32, Belgium versus Czechia. I think both teams are equivalent. Any team can go through, but I think this time it's Belgium. Portugal versus Australia. I think Cristiano Ronaldo's side will go through. Australia is a good Asian team. It's a cricket, then the story would have been absolute different. Let's move on to the round of 16. France versus Germany. What a clash it's going to be. It's going to be absolute breathtaking thriller. Germany is far from their glory. This time it's not very easy for Joshua Kimmich and Nagelsmann. I think it's the end of Nagelsmann. So France will make advance. Brazil versus Norway. I think Norway have to be satisfied from the round of 16. So Erling Haaland World Cup journey ends here in Brazil's progress. Switzerland versus Netherlands. This is going to be a 50-50 chance for the both team. It's very wide and open, but I think Virgil van Dijk's side can make progress. Mexico versus Croatia on Mexico City. Croatia, the runner-up of the 2018 World Cup. I think this should be end of Mexico. Another host nation have to be out of the tournament. England versus Spain. According to the after super competitor, Spain is the most favorite team of the tournament. There are so many pundits, astrologists, as well as some mathematician economists have predicted that Spain is a clear favorite to claim the trophy on July 19. England was in case of another title after 1966. They are fighting for 60 years. Well, their heartbreaking story of 60 years come to an end this time. Harry Kane's side is not as bad as we think, and this time Harry Kane is not alone. Bukayo Saka, Jude Bellingham, Declan Rice is enjoying his career best form. I think this is going to be the biggest upset of the tournament. It's England who will make it through. On Atlanta, Lionel Messi's Argentina will take other bullets. Turkey should not be very difficult for Argentina to be advanced to the quarterfinal. USA versus Belgium. I think this is going to be the end of all three host nations, and talisman Belgium will be advanced to the quarterfinal. Portugal versus Canada. Oh my god, and I was still in the tournament. Another host nation. I think this is the real end of the all three host nations. Cristiano Ronaldo, Bernardo Silva. Is there any kind of injury crisis in Portugal squad? I think there are not so many any big issues regarding fitness crisis. I think Cristiano Ronaldo's last dance, last chance to lift the trophy is still alive, and it's going to be one of the most anticipated players of the tournament. Okay, let's move on then. France versus Netherlands. Heavy favorite by German mathematician, but I think it's very difficult to beat France by Netherlands. And France team depth, if we compare the depth of German team, France team, they have huge potential, huge backup, so it's not easy for Netherlands to beat France. Is it Brazil versus Mexico? Oh my god, another host nation is still alive. Brazil is another side who are trying to reviving their old glory. Can Neymar, Vinicius, Rafinha, Cunha revive their old glory? I think if they can't lift the trophy, they should not go home by beaten by Mexico. So it's Brazil who is going to the round of 4, which is semi-final. Oh my god, it's the one of the most favorite, most anticipated summit of the football world. England versus Belgium, the golden generation of Belgium stopped here. I think it's Thomas Tuchel England will feature in the first semi-final against France. So the semi-final lineup looks like France versus England, very tasty encounter. Brazil versus Argentina, one of the oldest rivalry in football history. Brazil versus Argentina. France versus England. France is the clear favorite after not having Spain. It's a serious boost for France that a team who can take out a team who can beat Spain. Why they can beat France? Ousmane Dembele's side, I think, have to stuff against England. Can England carry the load of two? Can England carry the pressure of two heavyweight? I think they have to do it. Thomas Tuchel had excluded some famous names, including Phil Foden, Palmer, Harry Maguire, as well as Trent Alexander-Arnold, but still they have a superb team. Even Tony, playing in Saudi Arabia, Middle East for Al Ahly, he scored 29 goals. So it's Harry Kane who is not alone. He's going to be must have the support from his teammates. So on the other, England has always have some generational talent like Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, David Beckham, Wayne Rooney, and so on. Michael Owen, Gary Lineker. There are some generational inspirational talent as well. But they were a little bit alone this time. Harry Kane is not alone. Harry Kane, not one-man army, not even Jude Bellingham, not one-man army. France has already, the Deschamps side has already won everything. World Cup, Euro, everything. So it's a controversial prediction, but I think it's England who is going to the MetLife Stadium, New York City, to hold the greatest rivalry in the history of football, Brazil versus Argentina. The football world divided into two groups at least. Brazil's biggest concern should be the fitness of Neymar Jr., and if they can come to the semi-final, they definitely can beat their old rival. But on the other hand, Argentina have a glorious journey. They won 50 World Cup, back-to-back Copa America, finalissima, and Lionel Messi's side looks very pretty to claim the trophy again. Although Argentina had some serious injury crisis, Julian Alvarez facing some problem, Lionel Messi facing some uncomfortable to the muscle. Emi Martinez with a broken and fractured finger is out of the first match, I think. Now while Molina, Montiel, Paredes, all are doubtful for the games for Argentina, but still there are some players who can take Argentina over Brazil to the final. So I think it's Argentina who is going to the final back to back, and it's Argentina versus England, the semi-final of 1986. Is it repeat of 1986? Third place. I think France will claim the third place, and Brazil have to be satisfied with the fourth spot of the tournament. And England versus Argentina, Bobby Charlton and Bobby Moore. Bobby Charlton and Bobby Moore lead England through an instrumental generation inspirational performance, beat Germany 4-1 in the 1966 World Cup final and made a nation happier than ever. And they're waiting longer than any other football winning side except Uruguay. I think this time it's England. Odds is going to be end in this tournament. On the other hand, if Lionel Messi can win this match, if Lionel Messi can lift in the trophy on MetLife Stadium, New York City, New Jersey, on July 19, undoubtedly Lionel Messi will be go down as the greatest of all generations. He has already been cemented his legacy. We all know that this is going to be huge. But if England can reach to the final after 1966, will they broken the heart of English once again? Do you think it can English fans survive this heartbroken once again? Once more, Thomas Tuchel and Harry Kane's side has a glorious chance, although Thomas Tuchel has made some controversial decision. But if his side can lift the trophy after the end of the tournament, it will not be remembered. But if England are beaten by Argentina or any other team in the competition, his decision will backfire and it's going to be seriously criticized by British media. So to avoid that problem, I think it's England and Harry Kane's side is going to be the victorious of the tournament, triumphant of the tournament after 1966. And since 1966, it's Harry Kane's England is going to lift the trophy for the very first time and makes him end of 60 years of heartbroken. Here is the winner and the brand new world champion after 1966. Let me know your prediction in the comment section as well.